Okay, gang, part three of what's going on with silver. So I mentioned earlier that I discovered it's the best electrical conductor in the periodic table, and it gets consumed in all sorts of products, the solar panels, your mobiles, even your EVs. Well, first century Romans didn't know that. They didn't know about any of that. They used this as money. And I'm going to show you the first century denarius. Caesar Augustus minted these, paid his troops with these. This was money. So there was no industrial use. So why was that? Most pundits and historians that I read say, well, it was portable, it was durable, doesn't rust like gold. This silver tarnishes a little bit, but it's very durable and portable, and it can be broken down into smaller values. And it's interesting, but some ratio between the value of gold or the value of silver by weight was always established throughout history by the governing authorities. In Rome, Augustus set it as 12 to 1. 12 weights of silver would equal 1 weight of gold. And I pulled out some more data. The Byzantine Empire was 12 to 1 still. In medieval Europe, 5th to 8th centuries could be anywhere from 10 to 1 to 15 to 1. In the US, when they start to adopt silver as money, they inked it as 15 to 1 in 1792, the US Coinage Act. And by the 20th century, it was falling out of favor, and so it began to float. So it's devalued in place of gold, and I'll talk about that later. But the ratio could be anywhere from 40 to 1 to 100 to 1. 100 parts of silver equal to 1 part of gold. So really devalued. That had a lot to do with the money process. And what was money? What was monetary systems? A big debate in the U.S. in the late 19th century. We'll talk about that a little bit later. Okay, so just a little bit of history as to the value of silver. It was related to gold. Okay, enough for now. Part four next.